Hey there, ladies. Good morning, and forgive me if I start coughing or anything at certain points. I can still feel a lot of that tear gas and the deployment of the pepper balls kind of in my chest right now. But again, what's fueling those clashes are whenever ICE agents try to move vehicles in and out of the gate, this gate that you see behind me here, whenever they're trying to move vehicles in and out of the gate, protesters are blocking them from moving those vehicles, and that is resulting in protesters being dragged, pushed to the ground, arrested, and being hit with tear gas, pepper balls, rubber bullets, any chemical agents that these ICE agents are able to deploy at that time. Take a look at what happened around 8:30. That was the most recent clash, and during that clash, that's when tear gas was deployed. A lot of people were impacted and hit by it, even myself and our photographer. Take a look at that. Now, this all happened just about 30 minutes ago. This was all around 8:30. At that time, we told you throughout the morning at one point around 6:30 that a protester was arrested and taken into custody. These demonstrators were able to see that protester that was taken into custody loaded into an SUV. That SUV then tried to move out of the gate to leave. At that point, they blocked that vehicle from moving. Some of them sat on that vehicle. The ICE agents were outnumbered at that point by the protesters on the ground. That's when ICE agents on the roof started to shoot off those pepper bullets, those rubber bullets, and those on the ground out here started to throw off that tear gas to try to disperse the crowd at that point. Now I want you to take a look at what happened earlier before that, around 6:15, before the protest eventually started. But that last one in the last 30 minutes, that was the most tense moment of the morning. This was around 6:15 when ICE agents tried to move a vehicle from the parking lot. You could see protesters blocking them. At one point, agents started grabbing and dragging two protesters onto the ground to clear the path. One of those protesters was taken inside, and again, about 30 minutes ago, that protester who was taken inside was loaded into a vehicle and then hauled away by ICE agents. Since then, those here were calling for that person to be released. That's why they surrounded that vehicle to try to prevent it to leave. Then at another point, a woman who you heard from around 8:30, she's actually running for Congress, but she's here as an individual person today. She was pushed to the ground by ICE as well. Now, protesters tell us that they are here to oppose Operation Midway Blitz, which is a federal crackdown currently being carried out by the Trump administration, which has now resulted in nearly 300 arrests since September 6th. Among those present this morning, Alderman Andre Vasquez, Alderman Byron Sigcho Lopez, and Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. We had a chance to speak to her about an hour and a half ago about the operations taking place and the operations that she does not agree with.
Here in Chicago, people being snatched off the streets, stuffed into unmarked vans, and with no due process. We are seeing the Constitution being stomped upon, and just this week, again, attacks on First Amendment rights. And all of us need to be speaking with moral clarity and saying this is not right.
Now I want you all to take a look. CBS News Skywatch is flying over above right now, and it is showing you what things look like on the ground. We are also on the ground here. You can see how wide this protest has gotten. You can see just the amount of people who are here right now at this time. Back here live on the ground, you can see where that last clash around 8:30, it really dispersed this crowd. During that time, another protester was taken into custody inside this facility. So now these protesters, those who are outside right now, they are riled up once again because they are waiting for this person to be released, or if that person is going to be hauled away and taken away in an SUV, just like that other person was, which caused that clash around 8:30, which resulted in tear gas, pepper bullets, and also rubber bullets to be deployed at that time. So again, we have this situation taking place with one protester who is still inside. Unclear if that protester is a U.S. citizen or someone who is undocumented, but those people here say it does not matter at this time. So again, you guys, we're going to stay out here as all of this continues to develop and unfold, but that is the latest as what is happening outside this ICE processing facility right here in Broadview.